Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Atelier Riza Empire Earth on the Mysterious Changing. It's Empire Earth, folks, and Golay the Jester of Death has rescued William of Normandy, and now we've recruited the Sons of Hubert to our cause. This should make us practically invulnerable, but just to be on the safe side, we'll gather more enemies before challenging... What is it? It's not Guy of Gisborne, is it? It's Guy... is it Guy of Gisborne? It's Guy of Burgundy. Guy of Gisborne, I think, is from the Robin Hood. It's Sir Hiss. We'll be taking on Sir Hiss. No, we got the Sons of Hubert, and we're gradually increasing our power. And like I was mildly stressed about this the last time I was recording. I didn't think through like, oh yeah, just save the game, spend those Civ points, and see which confirm which units they apply to that way. That way. So now these knights have been granted 2 upgrades to something, presumably speed. But they're packing a good punch anyway. William Duke of Normandy does 59 damage. These guys are doing 48 damage. They're not heroes. They're just, with me doing the damage boost to them. They were pretty strong before. They were doing 38. William, I guess, has a plus 40 from some unique item or whatever, but they're doing more damage than William as base damage. He's just got more boosts. So I do feel like knights are expensive, and they take 2 pop, but they might be what I should be using as the backbone of my... Like, they're your core combat unit for this early part of the campaign. I think the ground guys are supposed to be pretty weak sauce compared to them, and archer, like, you always want to have some archers.
It is an ambush. Forward, we shall attempt to ride through.
Oh, archer. Yeah, okay. So we don't want to hang out. And I don't even know that we have a way to get to where those guys are and wreak sweet revenge.
Bandits lie ahead, my lord.
My lord.
And I fear they are too numerous for us. I see but one option. My brothers and I shall engage them in battle, while you and your servant sneak through the fray. This is likely the last time we shall speak, so I bid you Godspeed to Falaise. It has been our honor to serve you.
Could be. But I'd like to see if we can save the Sons of Hubert. Probably there's just there might be some historical precedent for this. Like, this might be part of like the backstory that I don't know. But
My lord, for the throne.
Okay, well there's no sneaking around them.
Sire, for the throne.
I just kind of wonder if I can pack these guys in tight. What if we use William to lure them in? I'm going to try and see if we can...
Saxon dogs? Pause it, clown! Saxon dogs? Pause it, clown! Saxon
Yeah, get a few of them at a time.
Pause it, clown! We're under attack! On the ground! With my honor! My ally?
Yeah! No, we appreciate the offer, but there's no way that I was going to lose this. I was not going to let the Sons of Hubert just throw their lives away when we could use their awesome power in future engagements. So, there we go. Now, unless it turns out there's even more of them ahead, but I think that was it. I think we killed the ambush. Although honestly, like, my tactics weren't really that necessary. It seems like we probably Could have taken that with some losses anyway, but what I did was the debuff and then the old get them all to focus on one unit and then pull it back thing worked like a charm.
My honor. For the throne.
Yeah, we're not giving up them sons of Hubert. That's not how William rolls. He's going to save his allies if he can. We're going for a deathless run here. Giant Grand Games playing Empire Earth. That's what's going on here. Next, we're going to see if we can defeat the forces of Guy of Burgundy using only Zerglings.
For the throne. With my honor. For the throne.
For the throne. Why do this for iron?
Honor. For the throne.
Don't know why I'm bothering to ride around the outskirts of the city. I guess I'm hoping there's like a little hidden event that we can trigger that will be beneficial somehow, but no, I think we've hit the end of the world here. Okay. Yeah, the French forces they're not really doing a great job of patrolling the area between their cities. They are just packed with rebel ambushes. And I do not see that there's a way for us to ever get up here and kill those murderers dead. These archers that were up here in ambush, I think, were placed in a way that I can't possibly kill them. Hopefully these towers don't suddenly turn rebel, because that would be tricky. Defenders of the crown. Oh, here's where I meant to go.
With my honor.
Oh, this mayor doesn't have a unique name, unless his name is Mayor, I suppose.
William, thank
Look at
God
that
you are
clown
alive.
weirdo.
Now that you are
Strutting in all
safely
weird.
at Falaise, we can continue the fight against the rebels.
Yeah, now that we're here,
Henry's pledge
couldn't
of
do anything
support,
before
the
that, huh?
rebels currently hold the upper hand. We need additional men. Let us ride to the outlying towns and muster whatever support we can from those loyal to the rightful duke.
What do you say,
Yes,
clown
the
man?
army is growing stronger by the day. If we do not act shortly, I fear it will be too late.
I just told you that we need to act. What are we arguing? Are we in agreement? What is going on? Alrighty.
Yes, my lord.
Now the question becomes, pikemen. Should we spend points upgrading them? There is a logic to it, because if we're fighting primarily against Niggets, pikemen would be the strong anti-Nigget unit, wouldn't it? This game has a thing about shock versus pierce that I kind of lost track of along the way. But I would assume that pikes are counters to horses. Like, the whole point of the pike is that it's long enough that you can stab a man on a horse outside of his range of control. Like, if you're... Pikemen tend to be weak in this game against footmen, who presumably just, like, you know, get past the pike and kill you up close. Pikes are usually supposed to be your anti-cavalry unit, or Wappet in these games. But let's just kind of look and see what we get more of before the final battle. We know for sure that we're going to be using Niggets, so it makes sense to upgrade them. But yeah, everybody's been given speed bonuses, I guess, in this campaign.
Sire.
We did get more points to spend, so we got 9 points. We've made cavalry about as good as we're going to make them. I'm sure we'll get archers eventually. I would think range and then attack would be my main archer things, and I might be willing to do that and then stop with archers. Just be like, yeah, if anybody gets in close enough to kill them, armor and hit points, like, I've kind of already failed if they're in there taking hits. Like, the idea is, can I make them effective and protect them? And the more unit types you upgrade, like, you know, upgrading the same unit, the costs go up, so, yeah, whatever. Alright. So we're supposed to go to the outlying villages. For the crown. So I think at this point we're just kind of roaming around trying to avoid, like, poking around, trying to avoid unnecessary fights. Or rather, to take them carefully and then see if they were guarding anything good. Like, now we're just full-on exploring the map. I don't think we're meant to be rushing that objective, because I think that objective is the end. Although this is marked as a village of interest, I guess.
With my honor.
I mean, I don't want to just hit an explore button, because they'll start wandering around independently of each other.
With my honor.
But broadly speaking, I want to, like, take my time and explore the map as best I can now. That is my style. At this point, you guys know. I'm not rushing anything here. Certainly not in these no-build missions. Once we start getting back into build missions, I want to avoid wasting time just so the enemies don't get powered up too much. The build missions in the final campaign start getting nasty. You start having, like... We didn't see much of it. The build missions have been pretty simple. Like, the Trojan War is a good example. They never attack us. We always have as much time as we want to turtle and gather resources and build once we clear the initial starting enemy that was raiding us. Like by the Noyova Russia campaign, the Neo-Russia Future campaign, yeah, we start getting maps where, like, you need to take AIs off the board because you just get crowded with enemies that are constantly attacking. So we will get to that traditional RTS difficulty. It's just this game builds to that pretty slow.
With my honor.
With my honor. Honor, guide me. Go, Gora. Entaro Tassada.
For the throne.
Entaro James Raynor. I don't think they ever say that.
For the throne. With my honor.
Alright, so this seems to be a friendly village.
With my honor. For the throne.
For the throne! Throne for a loss!
Attack with sharpened steel.
Attack these villagers!
I am William, true Duke of Normandy.
Uh-huh.
I have come in person to enlist your help in defeating the rebels.
Can I have your champion? Some kind of Bobo's watching this series. Some kind of dog who drives a taxi.
You claim the title of Duke, yet I see no reason to aid in unproven leader. If you can defeat my champion in combat, I shall offer my allegiance.
You're like all of us against him? That's fine to me. Oh, it's gotta be some kind of one-on-one showdown? Alright, Mayor. Cheese.
Saxon dogs.
Ooh. I guess we'll do this one-on-one. I imagine we're supposed to.
We are under attack.
I would rather have your champion fight for me and not have to murder him, but whatever. And then we defeat him and it's like, sorry, that is the only soldier I had. Here are some peasants, but this is a no-build mission, so...
You are indeed a leader worthy of our support. Let us take up arms to support William,
Oh, they've become...
true Duke of Normandy.
These guys have...
I give to you the contents of our armory as well.
They're becoming warriors,
Bows and
okay.
swords are of the highest quality and shall help your men fare better in battle.
Oh.
Yes, my lord.
So now we have longbow. Oh, you know what? We gotta...
We
The famed British longbows, we have to upgrade those.
dogs.
I was wondering if we could just leave archers alone, since I know that by the end of the campaign we'll have gunpowder, but... Which are not, like, yeah, gunpowder units are a separate tree. You don't just upgrade archers into gunpowder, I believe.
Sire.
So we will keep the archers grouped separately from everyone else, since they're ranged.
Yes, my lord.
But, I'm gonna throw down a save. I have this weird paranoia that somehow the longbows won't be archers. That there'll be some other unit. It would always be nice if it turns out that there's crossbows and longbows, and crossbows are, quote, archers, and longbows are, quote, ranged infantry for some bizarre reason. That would be nice, because it means that we can upgrade the longbows to the first half of the campaign, and the musket guys, I keep wanting to say musketeers, but that makes me think French swordsmen. The musketeers of the second half would be the same tree. But anyway, they have a range of 6, so let's do archers. Yeah, see, we have archers foot and no other, so they're not going to let us waste mounted archers because they know they don't have any, so I appreciate that. So let's do archer range. Oh, we didn't get more points to spend. Six plus 1. That doesn't seem like much, does it? Well, range and attack is all I would plan to spend on them anyway.
Sire?
Death to the heathens! With all my heart. For honor and glory! Swordsman, forward!
I'm not going to find anything up here. I'm just trying to be as thorough as I can in exploring the map.
With all my heart.
I don't want to miss troops before we get to the final battle. Actually, more importantly to me is that I might miss an event that will give us civilization points, because that will be a long-term. Excuse me. That would mean that we lost an opportunity in the long-term, like multiple scenarios, full campaign view to strengthen our side. So yeah, that's what we'll do. With the archers, because I know we're going to have longbowmen in at least a couple of missions, the next time we get civ points, we'll spend that on attack. And then I won't upgrade their armor or hit points. We'll just be like, okay, let's make them the glass cannons they really are. We need to protect them. If we fail to protect them, they die. We won't spend points on armor and hit points to make them any easier to protect. It's just kind of a, if you can keep them from getting attacked, they live, and if you can't, they die. And we'll save the rest of the points. We'll see how quickly they seem to be piling up. We'll either spend them on infantry. I'm thinking long swordsmen rather than pikemen. I mean, I could go either way. Pikemen are your counter to... See, it's not telling me what type of attack they do. Pikemen are your counter to knights, but then knights are also your counter to knights, right? So if I'm building lots of knights, I might just want to concentrate, because they're just generically good. Long swords and knights, just, they both kill whatever you need them to kill.
At your service.
And if I come across a lot of pikemen, I counter with long swords. Knights are supposed to be the counter. I think it's supposed to be knights are your counter to long swords. Long swords are your counter to pikemen. And pikemen are your counter to knights. So I don't really need to have all three. If they throw pikes at me, I need to back my knights off. Otherwise, my knights can kill whatever. And the thing that can kill pikes is long swords. So my weakest matchup in that case would be if they throw a bunch of knights at me, because all I've got to counter them with are knights. But that puts us on even footing. I'm not at a disadvantage. So I think that's what I do. I ignore pikemen, and I throw a few upgrades on long swords, but hold on to enough that I can upgrade ranged stuff for this. I think it's like the final third, or maybe even like final quarter of the campaign, but I really want to make sure I've got some points, because I happen to know that one of the last missions is a no build. And it should be the toughest mission of the scenario, right? So have some civ bonuses left over to upgrade my forces in the no-build missions. Ideally, I'm getting not just range plus attack for my muskets, but also, like, hit points and everything. Just, like, make them as strong as they can possibly be. Alright, well that's the end of this path. I'm still here. Did I ever tell you how I got these juggling balls? Well, my father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he was juggling crazier than usual.
With my honor. Pikemen, forward.
Don't talk like one of them Frenchmen.
With
You're
my
not.
honor.
Even if you want to be.
For the throne. With my honor.
And now I am French, Leather.
Forward.
By the way, I'd just like to point out
Attack with sharpened
that I like this
steel.
truck.
For the throne.
Alright, well this path was probably the path forward to plot. So this
Attack with sharpened steel.
path will take us back to the city. Uh-huh. Now, is there other ways to exit the city here?
For the throne.
Again, I don't want to. I'm not trying to waste everyone's time, but I would like to
For the throne.
kind of minimize the chance that we miss anything.
For the throne.
They could be civ points.
With all my heart.
Looks like this is another way out of the castle.
With my honor.
So I'm guessing somewhere in like the southeast corner of the world here, there's a additional something that we can see. Because there's basically a path, like the far east of the map is the goal, and if we sort of went northwest against the grain, that got us something. So probably going southeast, the other direction that is, it's vaguely northeast we're trying to go. So we go southeast, we might get something. For power and glory, for Paul Roma and the Barbarian. Was Power and Glory Paul Roma and the Barbarian, or was it Paul Roma and the War? No, it wasn't the Warlord. It might have been the Mighty Hercules.
With my honor.
Let me know in the comments. But only if you happen to know. Don't look it up. I can look it up myself. It's pretty Paul Roma, and I think it was Hercules Hernandez, aka just Hercules in WWE. I don't think it was. I don't think it was Barbarian. I don't know Barbarian's real name. He was
Of course.
I think he was a Tongan. I don't know if he's like literally related to Mang/Haku, but they were a tag team for a while. The Faces of Fear. I know that Barbarian was part of the Powers of Pain. I think that was Barbarian and Warlord. So I'm pretty sure, because this is what you guys tuned in for, right? To hear me talk about like 80s tag teams. I'm pretty sure Power and Glory was Paul Roma and Hercules. I don't think Barbarian had anything to do with it. Because how likely is it that Barbarian was both the Power of Pain and a Face of Fear and the power of Power and Glory? I'm pretty sure Paul Roma was supposed to be Glory. Or it could be like Stars and Stripes. Like, was Marcus Alexander Bagwell Stars and the Patriot was Stripes, or vice versa? We don't really know for sure. Although at one point when we couldn't remember their names, we briefly couldn't remember the name of Marcus Alexander Bagwell's partner in Stars and Stripes. We referred to the team of Stars and Stripes was the team of Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Stripes. So obviously Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Marcus, before he was Buff Bagwell, was Stars. Ooh, it looks like that path might lead to an undead base.
With all my heart.
Does anyone know what, as long as we're riding around looking for knights, does anyone know where Arthas is? I'm not sure we want him on our team. He seems like he might betray humanity, but I'd like to know his movements.
Of course.
With my honor.
Okay, we've done a lot of exploring and we've found a lot of nothing so far, but
With all my heart.
I still want to save periodically because I don't want to trigger the final battle until we know that's what we're doing, if you catch my drift. This path through the swamp doesn't... Yeah, I would have sworn to be an ambush or something on the path through the swamp.
We have heard of William's plight, and we're on our way to pledge our support. It appears you have found us first.
Yeah, it's strange how we managed to do that, considering we've been wandering around aimlessly.
Sire.
Alright, so at this point we're just building up our warriors to be even more awesome. We are simply adding numbers. These guys, it appears, we were always meant to find.
Attack with sharpened steel.
They weren't particularly hidden or anything.
For the throne. At your service. With all my heart.
Alright, so they were like right in the middle of the swamp, which I was vaguely evading because I thought it might have been a trap. But our general plan of
With all my heart.
explore to the southeast
To the heathens.
before going north, because there might be loot there, doesn't seem to have accomplished anything. It seems like we've kind of found the borders of the world here, and we're going to have to take this
With all my heart.
this path north that is like a slightly grayish brown, which I was like
To the heathens.
quote joking, if that counts as a joke, is like, oh, it's undead.
Attack with sharpened steel.
It's whatever Warcraft 3 called, like the Blight, I guess, was
To
the
heathens.
undead basically had like Zerg creep. I think that's
To
what it
the
was.
heathens.
Yeah, so that all Blight roads lead to this, like a low Y intersection. If we take that path, we get to the main
Overthrow.
battle. So here, kind of seems like we've done everything possible, but it's still possible. It's still possible there's some stuff over here we missed. I'm putting off that trip as long as I can, just in case.
With my honor.
There might be something here, or it might be just they designed the map in such a way that we could get tantalizingly far down this path, but it still leads nowhere.
Glory.
They didn't do a particularly great job of, like, shutting that off before we could waste a lot of time down there getting to nothing.
With my
Now, of course, if we run into an ambush, I have my archers and jesters at the front, which is not how you're supposed to do it. Jester at the front is fine, fuck that guy, but the archers should not be out in the front of our battle formation. Just figure if we get any... Oh, wait a second. We're getting perilously close to the map marker that I think indicates the end of this map. Map maker, please make this map.
with my honor.
Of course.
Of course. Of course.
With all my heart. Like men.
I'm starting to think we're supposed to hit here, and that last path we haven't explored is where you go after you've gathered all your troops.
Like men. Forward.
So let's waste time and see what happens if you go up there first. We just saved after all. I like how our hotkey groups are clown, archer, clown. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is supposed to be where the King of France lends his support. Or maybe we never get that on this map, but
Like men. Forward.
white men forward? Oh, pikemen forward. I mean, in fairness, these are white men. This is a battle between British and French in a time where these were not biracial societies.
North of here. We are not yet strong enough to defeat them.
Okay.
We must turn back lest we be slaughtered.
It would appear then, because we explored pretty thoroughly, and I apologize for all the time spent, it would appear that this little battle up here with Le Champion, Chris Jericho, it looks like that was it, as far as
For the
stuff that we weren't basically forced to do. I would imagine you could have skipped this little village here. We could have skipped this village here. Oh, wait, no, this village is where we encountered, oh, I can't believe I've forgotten his name. His sons were so important to the storyline. But, yeah, that might actually have been required. Like, it might have been more or less impossible to win the,
with my honor.
to win that fight against the ambush where we had the scene where they were like, let us die here, my lord, and you continue on. Like, that might have been unwinnable without their help. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to have a full video's worth of content next time, but we're at the end of a video now. So when we come back next time, it may be a bit of a short video. Or maybe I can find a way to just, like, chit-chat until it's gone full length. But I think when we come back next time, we'll be gathering our final reinforcements, and we'll be having our big battle against the evil guy. You know, the evil guy. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye, evil guys. Bye-bye.